LFGSD.
Let's
What a
fucking go.
start.
That's
Game
fucking go.
1 to the Padres. Yu Darvish, Josh Bell, forget about the regular season. Trent Grisham, forget about the regular season. Manny Machado with a home run. I mean, Padres embarrass Max Scherzer tonight. They win game 1 in this best of 3 wildcard series. Get in here. Wrap-up show.
The fuck in here now.
To get people in here. Get to social media. Tell people the wrap-up show is live. Get in here. Support this channel. Subscribe. Smash the like button. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Join. Become a member. Get the custom emojis. And click the super button, that $ in the chat box down below. We appreciate the support of this channel. But this was just a thing of beauty. You kind of wish it was a one-game winner-take-all wild card after winning game 1, 7-1 over the Mets.
Right.
Yu Darvish, 7 innings, Jim. We'll get into that. Padres, 4 home runs off Max Scherzer. He allowed 13 all year. He's like the second pitcher ever to allow 4 homers and 7 runs in a playoff game. And this was, I mean, it was a laugher. It was a complete laugher, and the Padres are a win away from the NLDS.
So first off, let's fucking go. Second off,
go.
I gotta say thank you to everybody who showed up at Fair Play today. So there's a bunch of people watching here right now. Just thank you so much for coming out, saying hi, having a beer, watching the game. I know you had to leave, John, because of Jones.
Yeah, but 3-year-old factor.
Like the bar, you didn't get this in 2020. You didn't get this feel
we
in
were
2020.
Like 10 feet away from each other.
The bar was going fucking insane tonight. Every single pitch, like in the 7th inning, or was the 8th inning? I forget what inning it was, but the Padres are up 7-1. This game is over, right? You're just waiting for the final out. Ha-Sung Kim hits a double, and the bar goes fucking crazy. Like, that is how
it was dope.
Invested every single person was tonight in this game. And I mean, it was one of those nights that you just won't forget. I know I won't forget it. Like, it was a special night.
Well, from the first inning, I mean, the Josh Bell 2-out, 2-run missile of a homer off Max Scherzer changed everything. Now, it was the first inning, but we've seen the Padres struggle with 2 outs before, and you're looking for a big hit in a big spot. And Josh Bell, I mean, credit to Bob Melvin for putting him in there. He's had success against Scherzer. People were crying about Brandon Drury not being in the lineup. It's not always going to be perfect. You could put Bell in there. He could go for 5, or he could have a big night. And Josh Bell had a huge hit. Arguably the biggest hit of the night was in the first inning. Not even arguably. I think it is the biggest hit of the night was from Josh Bell. We're going to get to the supers, by the way, in a moment. Get them in. Click the $ down below. What do you got, Jim?
So, hold on. Can you hear me? You see me?
Yeah, I can.
You got me? All right. Josh Bell said he had a post-game press conference. He said, after his 2-run home run, he's like, kind of blacked out. Looking back at it, I don't even remember it. I don't think it was anything egregious. I felt like I was on a cloud because he did a crazy bat flip after the 2-run homer. So
it was his first ever plate appearance in the postseason.
I know.
Like, think about that. Can you start with the $2 super that rolled in from Jared? I do not have it on my screen. I want to start with that, and then we'll roll through some that are rolling in. We'll get to every super chat. Great way to support this channel. Great way to interact. Padres over the Mets 7-1 tonight at Citi Field. You know, listen, the work isn't done. You got to win 2.
Job not finished. Job
not finished. Work isn't done. Playoff Snell tomorrow. Second half Snell tomorrow. See if the Padres can finish it off. I mean, I want to get greedy. I'll take a series win. 2 games, 3 games, 8 games. I'll take the series win. But, man, you'd love to get it in 2 and save Joe Musgrove for LA, but you can't get greedy. Thank you, Jared.
Thanks, Jared.
Okay, he loves doing this. So Jared, first of all, is a loyal viewer. He's a member. He's a mod. Thank you guys again for your support here if you're hanging out. He says tomorrow, Snell 6 innings. Okay, by Snell standards, pretty damn good, 6 innings. No runs. That's very good. I don't know if you realize that, Jim. No runs is good.
I heard it was
4
good.
hits, 1 walk, 9 Ks. Where do I sign up?
I'll sign up right now. Wherever you want, I'll sign up. If you get that tomorrow from Snell, I feel pretty confident in their chances of winning the series.
Me too.
But
me too.
Okay, so thank you, Jared. I mean, okay, you start with Josh. You got to start with Josh Bell, right? Or do you start with Yu Darvish?
Well, you can't win without Darvish, but you took all the momentum. You took the air out of the building from Josh Bell's home run.
That to
But
me was the moment of the game, just because we talked about it all day on John and Jim. You needed to get to Scherzer early before he locked in.
that's exactly right. He threw 20 pitches and they scored 2 runs.
Yep. And Soto and Manny both got out, 2 outs in the inning, and you have a runner on. You're thinking, okay, well,
Yeah.
at least you get some pitches out of
Throw
him.
some pitches. Yeah.
You get that 2-run home run from Josh Bell, who has done, and I'm not joking here. He's done literally nothing for this team while here. He might have had 1 hit, and I think it was against the Nationals at home. We had that home run.
Yeah, he had a big hitter too, but you're right.
But this now, depending on what happens, obviously,
Yep.
you look at
Gotta
Josh
get
Bell
through.
this year, that's a great trade. For this moment, this
exactly.
moment right here that is a great trade for what Josh Bell did tonight. And then you get into the rest of the game, and of course we'll talk about Trent Grisham, we'll talk about Jurickson Profar, Manny fucking Machado, Yu fucking Darvish. Like, that was, we said on the radio, that was a dream start for the Padres.
A dream, but listen to this. You get the 2 in the top of the inning. The Mets immediately have first and third one out. You're like, oh my gosh.
Immediately.
This is going to be an 11-9 game. First and third one out. They're stealing bases on Austin Nola. And there was a base hit to right with a runner at second. They did not send Lindor. And then Darvish gets out of it. And then again in the second inning, there's a runner at third with only 1 out. And he gets out of it. So, yeah, Josh Bell had the big moment. But, Jim, we've watched a lot of baseball. Without the starting pitching, it doesn't even matter. I mean, you could fall behind 3-2 immediately. You get the Bell home run. But without Yu Darvish, who was vintage, he's throwing eephus pitches tonight at 67. He's throwing cutters. He's throwing breaking pitches. It was the whole enchilada. It was the kitchen sink. I mean, he threw everything at the Mets. He's gone 21 innings against the Mets this year, allowed 2 runs. Jared, thank you again for the super. We're going to get to all the supers. Get them in.
Yes.
I promise we're going to get to them all. He says all the quote-unquote experts saying the Mets would sweep. What does that mean?
Rolling on the floor laughing. You're such an old person. ROFL? You don't know what that means?
No clue. I never see that anywhere.
What does ROFL mean?
Is that who knows what that is? Comment in the chat if you have no clue what that is, please.
Rolling on the floor laughing. Jesus.
Put a poll up. Put a poll up.
I'm not going to put a poll up. Who knows what ROFL means?
Before we freak out about, hey, the experts said this, and hold
not
on.
over. Job's not finished.
Job's not finished. So let's not have a big parade tonight. I mean,
it's one game.
Need to figure out K Street and where we're going to turn.
Right.
Listen, if you want to have a drink with me, I'm happy to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sully. Oh, here we go. My dog's digging on hardwood floors.
Great. Perfect.
So I'm going to open this up.
Okay.
I'm not driving. Mango Daydream.
Okay.
Wow,
you have been drinking a lot today. You got a lot of booches under your belt. You got
what am I doing?
You are just.
Oh gosh.
Oh geez. Don't spill everywhere.
I'm pouring. I am everywhere. And I'm like, oh.
Are you drunk already?
No, I don't think so. All right. Thank you again, Jared.
Thanks, Jared.
Cam.
Oh, sorry.
Just pull up Cam. Yeah.
You got the rest? You got it?
Yeah, I got him. I think. If I missed some, please, guys, let me know. Let's roll through these. Cam, very generous. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cam,
guys. As you make your way in, you got to subscribe. Okay, you have to subscribe.
Yes.
That's all we ask. If you want to support this channel, you can always click the $ down below. We have to thank all of our partners, by the way. Our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz. We'll tell you about Mark coming up in a moment. Or loansbyomar.com, Omar Sanchez, Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial. We'll tell you about everyone coming up over the next, 60 to 90 minutes. Cam, thank you. He says, Bell, Profar, Grisham, Nola, and Manny slugging. Darvish was ridiculous. And that 67-mile-per-hour curveball, the eephus pitch, OMG. Great start, and let's get this, LFGSD. I don't think Darvish threw a pitch this year slower than that.
I don't think he did either. And by the way, I think good news here. You saw the trainers come out before that 67-mile-an-hour curveball, and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, what the fuck? Are you serious? Immediately.
Yeah, well, did you see what happened? Do you know what it is?
Yeah, blister on his foot.
Yeah, which I feel like he's okay. That's not a blister on your hand.
I would much rather take a blister on your foot than a blister on your hand every single day, because a blister on your foot kind of is just like a pain tolerance thing. Really, like you can get that thing cut off, get a little injection there.
Exactly,
it's fine.
Exactly.
It's not a big
days
deal.
and days.
Yeah, he's got 5 days, but until his next start
Right.
potentially. So
Correct. Yeah. Not
blister
shorter.
on the foot, that to me is not a big deal. It's just a pain tolerance thing, So that I was like, oh my God, thank God it's just a blister, because it could have been something worse, like an oblique or a back or whatever the case may be. Blister, I'm okay with.
Okay, a couple of things before we get rolling, and thank you again, Cam. I
Thank
want
you,
to give a
Cam.
special shout out to Mark Nimitz, the GOAT who is in the chat. Okay, so Mark
Mhm.
Nimitz is in the chat. I want GOAT
Mark,
emojis
what
for
up?
Mark because we never even get this channel off the ground without Mark Nimitz. So all I ask is this: if you have insurance needs, get in contact with Mark Nimitz. We'll tell you more about him coming up. But GOAT emojis in the chat for Mark Nimitz. Mark, I'm going to try to find your comment. I know there's a zillion comments in here. He was commenting about Emma Stone. Who knew, by the way? Actually, there was a tweet from her in the booth last year. She's married to a director from San Diego, by the way. I don't know if you realize that, but Emma Stone at the game, married
Mhm.
to a director from San Diego, rocking all her brown Padres gear. Pretty dope. Beyond pretty
Dude,
dope.
that was awesome how she sat first row and she just got booed nonstop. And
She
she
goes home laughing last.
she was so, it was so awesome to see her there in the front row, and she's like, fuck. I mean, she didn't literally do this, but it was basically like the vibe she was giving off was just like, fuck everybody. By the way, I live for opponent teams fans going through
Looking sad.
misery on the
Yeah.
broadcast. I mean, the start of the game when we were on the air, they already started. Like it was it was so intense to start that game. I felt
Right.
like
But
it was
once
like
he hit the home run, they were like, oh my God, the
I
season's
know.
over. But it's not. But
Yeah.
that's how you feel as a fan.
It was so fucking beautiful to see all those Mets fans just crying. And you can't, and we all talked about it. Like, you put the Mets on their heels here, their fan base is going to be freaking out. And they already are. They're
Oh, they
freaking
already are.
out. Job's not
Can
finished.
you imagine? You know what the New York Post is going to look like tomorrow? It ain't going to be pretty for Mets
Nope.
fans. But the series isn't over, but it's not going to be pretty. That's how New York is.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you again, guys, for the supers. Vector 53, thank you, by the way, for hanging out.
Thank you.
At Fair Play today. He says it was fun rolling out to Fair Play. Awesome seeing you. Fun chatting. And we were in line for a while. That was fun. Thanks for chatting and giving out hugs and knuckles. And cheers, John, for suffering through that long line with me. Ha ha. Anyone that was there tonight, that was a ton of fun. If you
Yeah.
didn't make it out for whatever reason, great to be with you guys live or on replay on the wrap-up show. Padres win game one. Okay? Padres win game one. Decisively, convincingly, got good relief pitching, didn't use Josh Hader. Used two relievers. This wasn't, hey, let's go throw the whole bullpen out tonight. Okay? Max Scherzer went 4 2/3 innings. Max Scherzer went 4 2/3 innings.
Lit up, dude.
Yeah, that was I mean, it was surprising. I mean, who's envisioning that? I mean, that's surprising to me. Let me just run through this real quick. Profar 2 for 3 out of the leadoff spot, the huge home run. Soto 0 for 4, who cares? You win. Okay? Manny Machado solo home run, great. Josh Bell 2-run home run, amazing. Jay Cronenworth 0 for 4, 2 Ks, who cares? Will Myers 0 for 4, 3 Ks, who cares? Great. Ha-Seong Kim, he's like the greatest shortstop in baseball history, 2 for 3 with a double. Trent Grisham, he's like the greatest center fielder I've ever seen. Hit a home run.
Yeah.
Austin Nola, he's like the best catcher ever, other than the fact that they had 35 stolen bases in this game, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's kind of that's a little bit.
He hit a double. That will be a factor potentially in the postseason. I mean, it could have been a huge factor
That's
tonight.
something that's a big issue, I feel like.
They were just like, the second someone got on, they're like, run. Like first pitch, go.
Yeah,
Starling Marte has not played in a month. He's still like second and third on 2 pitches.
Like
they're like, we're not sure if we're going to run with him. He's a little nicked up. Yo, you're running with him. He made a play. Did you see the play? Because again, we were at the bar. Did you see the Marte play in right where he like leaps up, bangs into the wall? I'm like, what happened to like the broken hand?
John, he's fine. Everything's fine. I know
he's got like a little tape on his finger. The guy's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. He's gonna still. I mean, he's fine. Whatever. Marte, you called it. I mean, you said you're like,
I knew he was playing. There's
miss. There's no way that Starling Marte was not going to play tonight.
No, and he had 2 hits in this game and stole
I was
2 bases.
Thinking that he wouldn't. I thought that there's no way after a month with doing absolutely nothing, him not being fully healthy, that he'd be playing. But
I know
I mean, he's a really good fucking player, man.
He's a great player, and he still concerns me for the next couple of games. He had a good night. He really did. Joseph, thank you for the super. Thank you for your membership. Thank you guys for the memberships and the supers. Keep them coming. We're going to get to all of them. He says fair play was lit, so thank you for hanging out.
Thank
Means
you.
a ton. Padres
One
win. And, he won the Kevin Hart tickets.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, and for everybody that came up and said hi, like we can't thank you enough. I mean, it's good to go out and see you guys face to face.
I know it's been so long.
Watch Padres baseball with you guys. Enjoy Padres baseball together. You know, cheer, have fun, watch an ass beating. Like that was tonight. Man, just imagine if that was Petco Park. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Because we talked about it a lot today on the show on John and Jim on San Diego Sports 760 is like 2020 was fun. But we were not able to go out to Fair Play. We were not able to go out to Petco. We were not able to go out to bars and be shoulder to shoulder, high five random people. That's great. High five random people after a home run, you know, like get excited, make new friends. Like we couldn't do that in 2020. And this is really the first time that this town has been able to experience that since for baseball, at least since 2006.
Oh yeah. Just 16 years ago. It was so recently.
That's fine. Yeah.
Happens all the time. You know, every 4 Olympics get to celebrate a night like tonight. Stiven, thank you so much. I hope I'm saying that right. He says, yo, and thank you for the super. Really appreciate it. He says, yo, congrats on the first win in the playoffs, past season for the Padres. Oh, excuse me, postseason. I'm Mango Daydream. Yes. Great game. Good job on Padres to get the first win against the Mets. And that's all it is. I mean, you'd way rather be up 1 than down 1. Okay. You'd way rather be up 1 than down 1. But like we keep saying, job's not finished. Not finished.
And here's the thing too, like why in a 3-game series, obviously game 1's the most important because you win game 1, you immediately put the team in an elimination situation.
That's exactly right.
And you know, you want to go out there tomorrow and you want to attack that game like it's an elimination game.
Oh yeah,
that's how I feel.
Like I have to win. I'm throwing.
If you're the Padres, it is you have to. And maybe if they didn't announce a game 2 starter, you would think, well, if they're going Musgrove tomorrow, then that's not attacking it like it's a game that you have to win. So in announcing Snell's game 2 starter before the game, like, all right, let's go. You got to attack that game like it is a must-win game, elimination game, because you don't want to go to a game 3. You just don't.
No. Then they have momentum because the pendulum swings if they win game 2.
Because the momentum in a short series like this swings so fast.
Yep.
And that's why in a 5-game series,
it's a 2-0 lead tomorrow in the first inning. I mean, it's going to feel like a different series, you know?
Right. You know, it could be, and DeGrom could shove, right? But they accomplished the first task. Not only did they win game 1, you beat Max Scherzer. You had to beat
protected your bullpen, and everyone's available tomorrow. Suarez, Garcia, you could throw them again. They only threw an inning. So everyone's available again tomorrow. So you exactly did the first job. All right, we're going to get to all the supers. Just give me a moment here. We need to thank our partners, including Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor here at Farmers Insurance. If it's your first time on the wrap-up show, if you have insurance needs, you got to get in contact with Mark. There's a link down below. He does auto, home, renters, life, and earthquake insurance. I have my homeowners and my earthquake through Mark. Take it from me. If you have insurance needs, you need to get in contact with Mark. Lifelong San Diegan, huge Padres fan, does business in our community, supports this channel. Everyone has insurance needs at some point over the course of a year. Everyone goes through a renewal process. If you want to save $750, switch your insurance to Mark. If you want to save $750 or more, switch your insurance to Mark. Please get in contact with him Monday. Seriously, talk about this series. Hopefully it's a good ending to this series. He'll talk to you about the Padres. He'll talk to you about your insurance. There's a link down below. He's got great service and communication. I always say it because it's true. So if you have any insurance needs, if you are in California and San Diego, and if you want to support this channel, auto, home, renters, life, earthquake, save $750. He saved my family literally thousands of dollars. We had a claim in here months ago. He took care of everything. Literally, he took care of everything for us, saved us thousands of dollars. So please support this channel by supporting Mark Nimitz, the title sponsor of the wrap-up show. Thank you, Mark, for your support now for over the last year.
Yeah, all his information's above my head. Give a shout out to Mark Nimitz right now And
Yes,
Nimitz at
please.
farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let me know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
And thank you, Mark, for hanging out here tonight. So thank you also, Alex, for your membership. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. You get custom emojis and badges. And yes,
Love
you get
it.
some claps as well. I want to
Yep,
make
love
sure I'm
that.
not missing any supers here. I'm going to try to catch up. All right. So thank you again, Alex. And thank you, Alex, for this super chat and your membership. He says that broadcast was super biased, but our boys got it done. Let's go. Now, here's the thing. We weren't really listening a lot because we were watching a lot.
Yeah, we were at
I
the
have
bar.
no clue there, but I was getting texts from people out east. And they're like, dude, this like Scherzer like obsession is like ridiculous. Like they're down 7-1. They're still talking about how great this guy is.
Who? I don't care.
Yeah, we say one.
Yeah, I don't care. Like it wasn't as bad as 2020. I can tell you that. Whoever was on the 2020 broadcast was
so
like
bad.
That was, I mean, nothing against the guys who were on it, but this is not that. Okay.
They were broadcasting from like Charlotte, like at their home. It was so bad.
It is what it is.
That was so bad.
It is what it is.
Yep. Absolutely. So thank you, Alex. Thank you again, Cam.
Thanks,
For your
Cam.
membership in the Super. It says Emma Stone repping SD.
Yes.
Hashtag or just LFGSD. Give me the 30 seconds on Emma Stone, what she's been in. You know me. I don't know anything.
Oh, man. She's been in a lot. Hold on. She was in La La Land. She's been in a lot, dude. She was in the Spider-Man movies. What other movies should you have? Hold on. She was a Cruella DeVille in 100 Dalmatians. She was in The Help. She was in Easy A.
Was she in Superbad?
She was in Superbad. She was in.
That's shout out Mark Nimitz for that.
Yeah, she was in Zombieland, the two movies.
Okay, enough. Great.
She's in a lot of movies, bro. She is very, very famous.
Yeah, I mean, all I know is the photos of her in this like Padres gear.
I know, it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's fucking great.
Really cool. Thank you again, Cam. Wait, did we miss this still, Jared? I thought we got. Did we miss this?
It might have not shown up. I'm sorry,
Jared. Well, yeah. Just comment Jared down below. Can you, if he comments right now, Jim, go to the bottom, Jim, and let's get Jared's comment up that we missed. We apologize, Jared. You know, every once in a while there's some quirkiness.
There's a lot of people in here tonight, and it kind of.
But that's no excuse. So that's on us,
sorry.
Jared. And you didn't need to do the super to let us know. I apologize for that, Jared. So comment down below. We're going to get to it immediately.
Right.
So keep an eye down below, Jim, and let's get to Jared's super. Jared, thank you for seriously everything. Your support of this channel means a ton to us. Again, the Padres over the Mets here, 7-1. By the way, a lot of people are ripping me for not knowing about this. What was it? Roll on your ass or something?
Rolling on the floor, laughing.
Right.
Jared forgot what he said, but thank you, Jared.
Gosh,
if you remember
Jared,
it,
I'm sorry.
If you remember it, yeah. John Zod's an idiot. He's drunk.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Jared, thank you. We owe you like 2 kombuchas or like 3 beers or like 4 shots.
Yeah.
Or like 5 bottles of wine. Okay, so Echo Base, that's a lot of wine. Echo Base says Emma Stone is his new favorite actress. So I'm seeing a lot of people in the chat saying that, and I don't know if this is correct. I don't know Emma Stone's whole life story, but she married a guy who's a writer, director, comedian from San Diego. I think I have that right. My presumption, based on what people are saying in the chat, Jim, is that because she's married to a San Diegan, I don't know if she's married or dating. I think she's married, right?
Married, sure.
Is that accurate? So that makes sense. If you marry a San Diegan and he's a Padres fan, that you could become a huge Padres fan. So that's my speculation as to how she would become a Padres fan, unless there's a backstory before her husband or whomever she's seeing. So that's still cool, right?
Very cool.
People were saying that who's the most famous Padres fan? And is she right there on that list?
I mean, you maybe could put
when
it
you
there.
think
I mean,
Padres fans,
look,
who do you think of? Sometimes I think of the football players. Like, doesn't Russell Wilson go to games?
I think of Rich McGuire.
I know, but you know what I mean.
No, I know. I get it.
Like, can someone put a name or two of some people that are, like
John Cena, Alex Morgan? I mean, she's got ties here.
Yeah. I think she's got some Dodger
Tony
ties too, doesn't
Hawk's
she?
a guy that's been
Yeah,
used a lot
that'd
for
be a great
Dodger
one.
stuff.
That's a great one.
Ben Fadden's a big time celebrity.
That's right, Ben Fadden.
Kawhi has been here.
Yep,
I mean, you
absolutely.
had the whole entire Nuggets team here.
Yeah, we did. That's right.
Yeah,
Jokic.
they won tonight for the Nuggets.
Yeah, they won for the Nuggets.
Yeah,
I might tweet that out.
I know.
That's
Esteban,
hilarious.
what up, dude?
Esteban, man.
Good meeting you
Great
at
to meet
Fair
you.
Play. Glad you came out.
What a postseason debut for Kim too. LFG boys, bring on DeGrom. Pleasure meeting you today. It was our pleasure. Anyone we met today, it was our pleasure. Can we pull up Kim here, who did double? He was 2 for 3 with a walk. I mean, the bottom of this order 7, 8, 9. Kim, Grisham, Nola. Kim 2 for 3 with a walk. Grisham homers, Nola doubles. That's great. From 7, 8, 9 against Max Scherzer, that's great.
Like, dude, you couldn't have written a better script for tonight. 4 home runs in a postseason game. Yu Darvish was special tonight. Like, when you think of postseason performances in Padres history, there's a very short list that Yu Darvish is now on. Like, 2 other guys, and Yu Darvish is one of them.
Like, can I give you this? Can I give you this? 4th player in franchise history to go 7 in a just 7. I mean, that's not saying what he did. I mean, he went 7, allowed 1 run. Ed Whitson, 84 against the Cubs. Kevin Brown 3 times. Andy Ashby, 1998 against Atlanta. That's the list. By the way, this is only their 6th ever road win in the playoffs. They've been around for 50-something years. They've won 6 road games.
Well, we
said
it,
3 in 1 series against Atlanta.
Maybe them starting on the road and potentially playing their first 4 games on the road, maybe 5, would benefit this team the most because they're not a good home team scoring. Now, the postseason, anything can change, obviously, and the energy from the crowd it's just going to be electric if they move on to the next round. So starting on the road, like, this team does have pressure on it to win because of the moves they've made, but when you start on the road, man, I don't think you feel it as much as the Mets did. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of went out there and just said, fuck it, let's go. Mets are like, we have to win. We're a 100-win team. We lost the division. Like, we have to win this game. They had their $40 million pitcher on the mound.
Correct.
You know how deflating that is to beat you and to beat your ace at home after you won 100 games?
I bet it's pretty deflating.
Now it could absolutely change in a second. Like, anything could happen. Job's not finished.
No, not at all.
I bet not finished.
Let me say this. I'd be surprised if the 4 teams of the 1-0 lead all won the series, right? That's why it's best of 3.
Right.
In the regular season, 78% of the time, the team that won game 1 of a 3-game series, just in general, regular season this year in baseball, 78% of the time, that team did win the series. But this is different. You're getting 1s and 2s and 3s. Everything's on the line. There's no guarantee that the game 1 winner wins the series. That's why it's best of 3. So that's not a guarantee. It might happen. So, I mean, 3 of these teams might win the series. All 4 could, but there's no guarantee. There's no assurance because you've won game 1, you're going to win the series. Let me get to this from Spencer. What's that?
No guarantee. Job not done.
Guarantee. John rocking the Boochcraft tonight. Heavy. It's actually Juneshine. Okay. I like Boochcraft. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But I also like Juneshine. I also like Nova. I like all kombucha, Jim. Right?
I know you had 2 kombuchas today at Fair Play. That was great.
Yeah, now what were those? I don't know. I don't know
either. That place is awesome, man. I almost want to go there tomorrow.
I know. People were asking if we're going to be there tomorrow.
Well, it was funny because shout out David J. Mad Friars was there.
Yeah, he was there. That was great to see him.
And we were talking a little bit during the start of the game. And I was like, are you going to stay for the whole thing? And he goes, yeah, maybe. I think I might go. And then as soon as it got to 2-0, I go, you can't leave. And he goes, I know. And then Profar 3 on homer. I'm going to go, if you leave, the loss will be on you tonight. Like, you had to stay. He stayed the entire time. So shout out David for staying.
And he showed up at like noon.
Game. I know. He came back.
I think he might have rolled out for a little bit and then came, like before the game and then came back.
Well, dude, the vibe was just, it was special.
The vibe was very special tonight. Yep. It was. So thank you again, Spencer. Thank you to, is this Jesus? Like Jesus.
Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. It says pitching. Jesus. Pitching and offense amazing tonight. LFGSD. What is that?
Sweep.
Oh, okay. Let's sweep. Yeah. Pitching and offense. I mean, you're right. It really was. You know what's crazy about this game, Jim?
What?
You know what the Padres were with men in scoring position?
Really fucking good.
1 for 3. That's it. 3 opportunities.
That's what happens when you hit a big home run. You hit
Pro
home
far.
runs.
You know what the Mets were with men in scoring position?
1 for 12 or 1 for 11?
1 for 11.
1 for 11.
Difference between winning and losing. You come up with some big hits, score 4 or 5 runs. I mean, It was in front of them. They had base runners a lot. They had base runners and did not cash in. And hopefully that continues for one more day. That's all we need.
Yeah. One more game. That's all you need. And I mean, they got DeGrom and Bassett. We got Snell and Musgrove. Let's go.
By the way, if you're here right now live, can you go to social media and let people know you're here and get some more people in the chat?
Yes.
Padres just won a playoff game against the New York Mets. Okay.
Yeah. So go.
Get on social media, copy the link, share it. Say, hey, Padres fans, make your way in. We're hanging out live on this Friday night. We will be back with you tomorrow night as well. So thank you again, G Sus, for the super.
Yes.
I want to thank Nick for the super as well. I want to thank everyone here. Subscribe if you're a Padres fan. Smash the like button. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We appreciate the supers. Just click the $sign in the chat box down below.
Hold on.
Great way to support this channel. What do you got?
Oh, he put it here. Yeah. From Nick says, thanks for taking time to chat with me and my lady. Shout out Laura. 1 o'clock hour. You were so early for your 3 p.m. show, unlike others, like John Schaefer.
Wait, is that a shot at me, Nick? And I'm fine with that. I was eating vegan food down the street at a place called Sips. It was very good.
I know.
Vegan Kung Pao chicken. It was very good.
Yeah.
I showed up like 5 minutes before the show.
Yeah, it's great. Nick and Laura were there during Darren's show, and it was great meeting you guys. And go Padres. Hope you're having fun right now. Bar.
Yeah, thank you, Nick. I do appreciate that. Good to meet a lot of Padres fans, including a loyal fan and Padre fan in general, Will Holder, who we hung out with.
Finally, right?
So, yeah, exactly. Finally. Alan, thank you for the super. He says, have a 4-month-old. I get it. So couldn't make it to fair play, but after this whole season tonight was awesome. It was. A lot of yelling here at home. That's good yelling, though, Alan.
I feel it a little bit.
Yeah, that's because you were yelling. There's a rule number 1 in this business, Jim, is do not scream.
I screamed a lot.
I know.
So I screamed a lot. I'm actually going to go back and listen to our 3rd hour today.
It's probably so funny.
Because
it is so funny. We weren't allowed to do play-by-play, and we didn't know what the hell we were talking about. We were trying to watch the game, but we're trying to.
No one's listening to us or paying attention.
Nobody was listening. There were some people listening somehow.
But for some reason.
Thank you again, Alan.
Thank you.
Okay, this is a very good question about tomorrow, John. Thank you for the super. How do we feel about DeGrom? I mean, I don't think there's, I'm scared that he's vintage DeGrom. There's no guarantee his September continues into October, but there's the crack is open based on what we saw from Scherzer tonight that maybe DeGrom is susceptible or not invincible. But you don't know. I mean, he could go 8 innings and not allow a run because we've seen it a lot.
Yeah, there's it's either he's going to go 7 shutout or he's going to go exactly like Max Scherzer tonight, 5 innings, 3 runs. That's it's just I can't gauge it because his last month has not been good. He's got a 4 something ERA in his last month. He's just gotten hit around, and now there's this thing with the potential blister on his finger.
The A's hit him. The A's hit him. I mean, that's shocking.
The Pirates hit him.
Yeah.
So
I can't read too much into it until I see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a good gauge on tomorrow for DeGrom. I felt like tonight they could get to Scherzer for at least a couple of runs, and that I felt like Darvish was going to do what he did. But they ended up smacking around Scherzer way more than I thought. I thought, honestly, when Bell hit that 2-run home run, I kind of thought that might have been it.
By the way, it's all they needed in the end. I mean, who knows how the game looks different if you only have 2 runs.
But, the 2 runs I thought was all they, something that they're going to have to hold there. And they tacked on and beat the shit out of them. So was great.
They sure did. They sure did. Pedro, thank you for your membership
Thanks,
and
Pedro.
the super. He says, awesome game, timely hitting. I swear to God, if the Padres win it all, I'm tattooing the San Diego Padres logo on my butt cheeks.
All right.
Who's joining me? Where's your tattoo? Wow. So would you have it on both cheeks?
Pedro,
Like a
the only thing I
cross?
ask you is don't get a tattoo beforehand. Don't be that guy.
No, don't be
Do
that guy.
not be that guy. If you're going to go tattoo route, that's great. Do it. But don't do it beforehand. Okay?
Right.
Yeah,
And again,
don't
like
put
what
that-
logo do you go with?
What do you mean what logo?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many like logos. Swinging Friar. I mean,
I'm going
SD interlocking. Like, there's a zillion
SD.
logos.
I'm going SD, man.
You're going SD. Okay.
Wait,
we missed Esteban says you missed my $5 super 2 at 9:22. Did we get to that? I feel like we were just late on things.
we're just late on things. Sorry.
We're late. Sorry. We're catching up right now on supers. Thank you for your support of this channel. Click the $ down below in the chat box. People saying who are the most famous Padres fans: Kawhi, Alex Morgan, John Cena. We talked about these. Russell Wilson, who by the way,
John Cena.
Ben Fadden, Bieber. Is Bieber? He wears a Padres cap sometimes, right?
He wore Padres cap.
Yeah. Drew Brees. Yeah, these are good. Tony Hawk, as we talked about. Yeah, these are good.
Right.
These are very John and Jim. Very good. These are very good.
Very good. Yeah. Very good.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Is this true?
He was drafted by the Padres.
Okay. This is probably true. The chicken.
San Diego Chicken's pretty famous. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just catching up here.
Shout out Marcos. Glad meeting you at Fair Play, man. Great seeing
What's
you.
up, Marcos? Thank you, man.
Yeah, that was fun. We need to do that more.
Yeah, we absolutely do. All right, let me just catch up. And there's a lot to get to, Jim. I mean, we haven't even discussed this game.
I know. That's the thing. Is this is a lot here. Thank you, Jared.
There's a lot. Jared,
Appreciate
again,
it, man.
apologies on the earlier missed super. Apologies. So thank you. He says Soto.
Tomorrow.
Okay, this is tomorrow stuff. I like how Jared tries to speak it into existence. So he's saying Soto 2 for 3 walk homer. Yeah, I'm signing up. Cronenworth 2 for 4 double. Yep, on board. Any multi-hit game from anyone with an extra base hit, sure. Yep, I don't care who it is.
And the longer the longer the postseason goes, the harder it is for me to envision Juan Soto just doing nothing.
Sure. Yeah.
In his time with the Padres so far, it's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of 0 for 3s, 1 for 3s with a walk, 0 for 4 with it's just there hasn't been that big moment yet with him, or a hot streak where it's he's not going to get out. He is going to every single time at the plate do something special. And you look at his postseason career numbers, and you look at just everything about him in the postseason. It's hard for me to envision him not doing anything, even though he's had not a good time with the Padres so far offensively.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a sub 800 OPS, which by his standards is a bad 50-something games.
Yeah.
And tonight 0 for 4, but that's okay if you win. That's fine. That's fine. Right. Hopefully they'll need him at some point, and he'll provide that big hit. And maybe it is tomorrow against Jacob deGrom. Maybe it is tomorrow. Hopefully it is. That'd be huge. Thank you again, Jared, for the super. And things are getting weird.
They're getting very weird. I'll get a butt Padres tattoo.
Things are starting to get weird. Sully, chill.
Calm down.
Thank you, Michael, by the way. This is very generous. Michael's been with us literally every day, all year.
Yes.
In Utah, on YouTube, watching the wrap-up show. He interacts with us on social media as well. Michael, thank you. Jared, thank you. Everyone here, if you're commenting, if you're chilling, if you're watching, if you're replaying, first time here, or, if this is day 0 for you, or if you're a day 1, because you've been with us since day 1, thank you, seriously, for your support. He says, this was a good team. Sullivan, are you serious? Sully, you cannot dig on hardwood floors. There's nothing to dig. I remember my first time as an animal. You're 11. Figure it out.
Calm down. Go sleep or something. It's a
you have a degree from puppy kindergarten. You should know this.
Yeah, go to sleep. What bone?
I know. What are you doing? Go lick your paws. Michael says, well, that's weird. This was a good team win. Great job, J&J, LFGSD. It's a very good team win. It was a great team
everybody. Win. This was everybody tonight. It was Darvish.
It was the
It was the
others.
offense. It was the others. It was the stars. It was Manny. It was just a perfect way to start your postseason run with this outing against Max Scherzer. You know, it's like we've said all. If honestly, if the Mets started to nobody tonight, then that would have been a bigger problem than Max Scherzer. Why is your dog
Probably.
literally freaking out?
He's like, who knows? He's probably nervous about game 2.
Maybe,
If I was guessing.
but you know what I mean.
Michael,
Like,
thank you.
if the
The
Mets
nobodies
started
that
to nobody tonight, it'd been literally 5-0 Mets.
right. If they start like Daniel Camarena tomorrow, it'll be like, oh God. You know what I mean?
I know. Like, oh, this face Jacob deGrom instead of this guy from AAA.
Right. Exactly. Alex, thank you. Alex, another loyal, very loyal viewer. And again, whether it's, day none for you because it's your first time here or you're a day one, thank you for hanging out. Alex says, Scherzer gets dead arm now at 39, pitching like 20. Maybe.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, Max Scherzer, the last outing he had with the Dodgers, not great in the postseason. This year, obviously, first outing with the Mets, not good. So maybe, I don't know, man. It's still crazy to think about how just badly they beat the shit out of him tonight. Like, it wasn't even close, dude. This game was a fucking blowout. This was the type of game that if you're a fan, like at the bar tonight, it was just a celebration. Like, you're just like, not like, the only stress in that game was in the first couple innings.
Oh yeah, it was stressful early.
And then as soon as
because the Mets had some situations where they could have scored, like first and third one out a couple times.
Profar hit that 3-run homer, and then immediately after that, Manny Machado hit that home run, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, this is happening right now. This is happening. And it happened tonight. Now, again, job not finished. Job is not finished.
Yeah, we gotta stress that. Like,
It's
everyone's got to say that.
You got to celebrate wins, though, in the postseason. Wins are hard to come by in the postseason. You celebrate them, and then you quickly move on. As a fan, you have to move on. You cannot go into tonight thinking that this thing is over. Like, it could be over tomorrow, and I have a good feeling about tomorrow. But that's not celebrate like, okay, let's get ready for Tuesday versus the Dodgers.
Right. Exactly. By the way, this is very kind. Iwakis, who says, Jim and John, you deserve tonight. But the truth is, actually, you do. So everyone who's hanging out with us deserves it more than we do. We do it for you, not the other way around. We don't do it for ourselves. We do it for you. That's why we're doing this. So that's very kind. But no, this is for Padres fans, whether it's your first year as a Padres fan or you've been around for 50 years watching this franchise. This is for you. This is for people that interact with us, that make time to spend time with us. So thank you. Franz, thank you for the super. He says, LFGSD, I couldn't make it to Fair Play today. Any plans for tomorrow? YouTube watch party, maybe. Alfaro walk-off tomorrow would be fire. Now, it wouldn't be a walk-off.
No, because they're in New York on the road.
But we'll take a ninth inning lead-changing moment because the Mets have not blown a ninth inning lead this year. Yes, I'm speaking it into existence and jinxing them. They have not done that all year long. Not blown a ninth inning lead. Let me say it again. So, yes, we're on board with that. If Alfaro can put the Padres out in front in the ninth inning, we're on board with that. In terms of tomorrow, it's going to be you and Ben Fadden because I have Aztecs Hawaii at 7:30.
Yes, Ben Fadden will be joining me tomorrow night. And hopefully we're talking about a sweep of the Mets. And
hopefully doing keg stands.
Literally, I'll be throwing champagne over my head. Actually, no, I kid. I'm not going to do that until this team makes a World Series. I said if they won a World
tomorrow, if they win around, I mean, that's a reason for celebration.
We are for sure, dude. If the team celebrates, we celebrate. But it's all about, still job's not finished. Like, this is not a team that I feel like going into the postseason after everything they've dealt with that we should just be satisfied if they win a postseason round. Like, this team was built to win World Series. You know what I mean?
And that's why we shouldn't be satisfied even tonight. I mean, it feels good, and it's a sigh
Yes.
of relief, and it's way better than the alternative, being down a game
Yeah.
right now. We'd all be, woe is me. When does the 2023 spring training
Oh my
schedule come
God.
out?
Just everyone's freaking out right
Yeah.
now.
And so it's a way better than that, but it's like there's more to accomplish. There really is. And if you're, there's a lot of Padres fans that don't think it's a successful year unless you win around. Well, they haven't won around. They won a game in a round, but they haven't won
Yes.
around. So they still have to win. And listen, winning on the road in the postseason is not easy. They still have
No.
to beat a good team on the road one more time, and they have 2 tries to do it. But that's still the task at hand for the Padres this weekend.
Yep.
It's
And
gonna be cold, whatever that means. It's gonna be cold tomorrow
you
night.
got to beat a Hall of Fame pitcher. I mean, you're going to face him
Yep.
tomorrow. And if you don't, I think, I would feel comfortable going in a game 5 versus Chris Bassett.
Game 3.
Or sorry, game 3, game 5.
I feel like a game 7.
I would feel comfortable going into a game 3, winner take all. You got Chris Bassett. That's great. We got Joe Musgrove.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree with that. Robert, thank you for your membership in the Super. Thank you guys for the Supers. Just click the $ down below. We're celebrating a Padres win tonight over the Mets, but again, work to be done. They've taken game 1. Can they finish off this series on Saturday? Great win with 1 for 8 from Manny and Soto, LFGSD. Of course, the one was a big one.
Big one.
Solo home run, rocketed on a line into the left field. I don't even know, like seats, like this. I don't even know what that area is called at Citi Field. But he hit on a line, and I mean, Manny Machado has had a wonderful year. He's just had a wonderful year, and that continues tonight because anytime you homer in a game, that's a wonderful game. I mean, even if you go 1 for 4, that's an impactful moment. So you love to see it. Now, he did homer twice in 2020 and didn't hit well in 2020 against St. Louis and LA. He hit 2 solo home runs in 2020, and he's got a solo home run here tonight.
Yeah, the home run tonight, you could argue it didn't mean anything for the team winning, right? But I think it meant something for Manny. You saw him go. You saw his reaction when he went around those bases, and that was not a reaction of okay, we're good. It was a reaction of we're fucking here, and we're coming. This is not just. This is the beginning, and his reaction to me was a reaction that kind of it gives you chills as a Padres fan. If you're a Padres fan, seeing Manny Machado around the bases like that, screaming "Let's fucking go!" and every single picture I see of him on Getty that I find is of Manny just
so
screaming.
Yeah, exactly.
You love to see that, and that's what you want out of your leader. And I think that would, for him, honestly, John, that was a big time home run for him. Big time home run.
Huge. Yeah.
And every run in the let's be real here. Every run in the postseason is big. This is going to be every game's not going to be like tonight, guys. Every game's not going to be 7-1 wins. There's going to be.
Are you sure?
Well,
be nice.
But every single game is a grind, and it's going to get harder and harder and harder, and the torture is going to come. And every pitch, you felt it tonight at Fair Play. I mean, every pitch, people were freaking out. Every base hit, people were freaking out. Yep. And so it was a big moment for Manny.
It was. Thank you again, guys. Thank you, Brisk, for this Super. We're going to tell you about Aura, by the way, coming up in a moment. We need to thank our sponsors, the reason we're able to do this day in and day out for Padres fans. Please subscribe. If you're here, that's all we ask. If you're a Padres fan, please subscribe. We have year-round Padres content for you. Smash the like button for us. Padres win game 1 in New York, 7-1. And follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. And we appreciate the Supers. Just click that $ down below. Great way to support this channel. Brisk says LFGSD. Let's get this win tomorrow and cheers. Cheers, Brisk.
Cheers to you, Brisk.
I wonder what the alcohol content is on this.
Get this win tomorrow. There's a lot going into tomorrow. You win tomorrow, guess what? You got Musgrove game 1. And then game 2, you got Darvish. And then game 3 at home, you got Snell.
Right. So you can skip the whole Clevenger game 1 thing.
Yeah. So that's why tomorrow you have to, tomorrow's a big fucking game. Don't think that tomorrow is just like a cushion. Okay, we have a 1-game cushion here. No. You go into, you go into tomorrow.
What happened? I missed whatever happened. Okay.
But you go into tomorrow, you win. You have now set up yourself for that Dodger series pretty well.
Yeah, as well as you possibly can. because there's no
I
scenario where
don't
you
think
can
you
do it
could.
in less than 2 games.
I don't think you could have a better scenario than going Musgrove, Darvish, Snell to start.
No, I mean, you could, again, like I heard, Darren talked about on San Diego Sports 760. I think it's a very good point. I mean, if you could just snap your fingers and win game 2 with Joe Musgrove and then pitch Blake Snell against the Dodgers in game 1 and then in game 5 on normal rest, sounds maybe nice because it's Blake Snell against the Dodgers and he's had a level of success against LA, but
Yeah.
you can't do that. And you can't get this whole thing with the Mets. If they go up 1, they're going to pitch Chris Bassitt in game 2. Stop. Just do what's best for the team to win game 2. If what's best for the team to win game 2 is pitch Blake Snell, then damn it, pitch him in game 2.
Yep.
And that's what they're going to do. And we'll see how he pitches.
Yep.
Thank you, Retod, for this generous super. Thank you so much for hanging out with us as well. He says, not finished, but so happy about the awesome start. Yeah, I think a lot of Padres fans feel the same way. It's like it's just a relief. The season cannot end on Saturday, obviously. It can be continued on Saturday into LA, or we'll live to see another day on Sunday. But it just feels different. The backs are not literally against the wall heading into tomorrow. But like you keep saying, the dynamic of a series can change so quickly. You just want to take advantage of tomorrow if you can.
And it also feels different because they're healthy. They're a healthy ball club. They're a team that has the pitching, unlike 2020. They're a team that has the star power. They're the team that has the pieces to make a run if they all perform and get hot. And so it's job's not finished, absolutely. But tonight feels very fucking good.
It does. I mean, the manner in which they won this game is very impressive. I mean, considering the year they've had, this was very impressive for this team. I'm going to get back to the Supers. We'll get back to the Supers in a moment. We need to thank Aura and Will, who we've been texting with tonight. He's a San Diegan. He's got offices right here in Liberty Station. This is a great company. If you're looking to get healthier, plant-based nutrition, this is just a wonderful company. I take their probiotic literally every day. I've done it for like 6 months now. It is a great product. I take one every single morning. I have it reordered where it arrives every single month. I take one every single day. You get a discount if you do that, where it's automatically coming to you. And you get 30% off your first order. Just click this Build Your Routine button. Probiotics for digestion and heart health and mental clarity. Proteins for after workouts. Pre-workout supplements. Omega-3 oils. They have sleep pills, immunity pills. Easy website to get to. Link down below on YouTube or ora.organic. Again, ora.organic. And again, 30% off your first order. Just click the Build Your Routine button. Everyone could get healthier, whether it's for yourself, your spouse, your family, your friends. Plant-based nutritional products. And again, their co-founder, Will, is a San Diegan and a massive Padres fan. A massive Padres fan, like Mark Nimitz, like Omar Sanchez. So please, if you want to support this channel, please support Aura, ora.organic, or the link down below.
Yeah, go there right now, www.aura.organic. They have everything you need to live a healthy lifestyle. Go there, build your routine, 30% off your first order. You'll thank us later.
All right, let's get back to the Supers and the chat. John and Jim with you. Friday night, Padres win convincingly behind Yu Darvish. Is the story Darvish? Is the story Josh Bell? It's chicken egg stuff, but it's got to start with Darvish. It's Darvish, though. It's like you can't do this without Darvish. You just cannot.
No.
So Adrian, thank you again for this. He says, just came back from the game. All right. So Adrian in New York, I will never forget that 4th inning. This Mets team is waiting to lose. Fanbase sphincters were tight.
Dude,
LFGSD.
What did we say? I was like, dude, the fan base for the Mets, if they go down early, it is going to be very tight in that place. And you're going to, if you're a Mets fan or you're the Mets, you're going to feel that on top of you. And that's exactly what happened. Padres are playing loose and free tonight. Mets were playing very tight. You could just feel it, right? You go down 2-0 and everyone's shocked. Like, wait, what the fuck just happened? You can't tell me that didn't play a factor because it absolutely did.
I think it did. I think if you can jump on a team like this that's tight early, then you've impacted their whole game. And we talked about this. Padres' front runner is really good, falling behind. And this isn't atypical. Most baseball teams are good when they score first. I mean, just look at the records. But to score first against a team that is a little bit, desperate's not the right word with the Mets. Maybe disappointed is the right word with the Mets. And now their season is on the line.
And the same thing applies to tomorrow even more. You get out to an early lead against DeGrom. Same thing, probably even worse, is going to happen to the Mets fans and the Mets team. Now, obviously, they can still win tomorrow if you get an early lead. That happens. But you want to put all the pressure you possibly can on them tomorrow early on. You want to make DeGrom work. You want to get a run across the first inning if you can, if DeGrom's up to 20, 25 pitches. Same thing with Scherzer. Because once DeGrom locks in as well, that's very tough. So you get a run across early. You figure a way to put pressure on them and make their fans freak the fuck out. That's exactly what they need to do.
Jim, did you say this? Please don't call Tim Hill a crack addict. Dude survived the same cancer that killed his dad when he was 20.
When did I say that?
I don't know. Was there when
we were talking about Tim Hill pitching that day?
That was not serious.
It was not serious. It was a joke. It was like Tim Hill was out there because he like got super drunk the night before, give up 4 runs. It was like, whatever, who cares? Yeah.
No. And no, I mean, that's obviously, we would never joke about something like that. So thank you for the super. Do appreciate that.
Do you want to hear Bob Melvin?
Yes, I do. Let's just do it after the super here from Alex. I do. Let's then pull up Bob Melvin. Okay. Again, John and Jim with you here. Padres win at 7-1. It's Friday night. And Alex says, everyone is downing us. It's fueling them. I mean, everyone's picked the Mets to win this series. Like all the pundits, whatever that even means.
Everybody picked the Mets. Everybody picked the Mets.
Like 98% of people picked the Mets. Again, I wouldn't say it's house money stuff, Jim, because like they got bigger goals than house money. The Padres.
There's not really you don't really need or use bulletin board material in baseball. You just don't.
True.
Like it doesn't work like that in baseball. Because you can be so focused going into the game and go 0-4. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Of course. It's like
in football, it's different. You can hit somebody around. Basketball, you can go out there and be like, I'm going to score 50 tonight. But baseball, it's a different game, man. Bulletin board material in baseball, it doesn't really work all the time.
Right. All right. Yeah. Let's hear from Bob Melvin if you have it.
All right, hold on. Got to pull this up here. Bob Melvin. All right, can you see that?
Yeah, I think it's coming up right now. Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I mean, we're getting pretty spoiled. It's kind of a typical Yu Darvish game where he goes 7 innings. He throws about 100 pitches, doesn't give up much, pitches out of jams when he needs to, and invents pitches along the way. So, most starters you worry about third and fourth time around the lineup, but not really with him when he's going good because he can give you different looks all the way around. And, this just seems like a typical game for him.
AJ in the front. Bob, you've had a lot of faith in Trent Grisham and Josh Bell, and for them to come through like they did tonight, what does that mean for you guys in this game, and what can that mean for you guys now?
Yeah, I mean, they're they've been big for us over the course of the season, and they have track records. It's almost like sometimes a relief when a season is over that you struggled a little bit or struggled for a period of time towards the end. It's 0-0. Batting averages are back to 0-0-0 again, and it's just like a new life for them. So, JB had pretty good success off Max in the past, and that played a lot into it today. Even put him in the 4-hole. So, I know he feels good about his work tonight. So does Trent, and hopefully this gets him going.
Max isn't a guy that gives up 7 runs very often. What is it about kind of your approach tonight that you think was able to be effective?
We hit some mistakes when he made them, which he does not do very often. So, when you get a mistake from him, you better take advantage of it because you don't get too many. And then, we got on him early, made him work early in the game, and gave up some runs. We're a little bit on the run, but this is not a game that you normally see out of Max. So we were fortunate.
Bryce in front.
Yeah, Bob, I understood what you meant when you said this is kind of a typical outing for you, but really the scenario and backdrop's completely unique.
Right.
You're on the road playing a 101 win team against Max Scherzer. You pitched out of trouble, 101 strikes, I think, or 71 or 72 strikes out of 101 pitches. On all those levels, how do you kind of sum what he did tonight?
Well, it's a veteran guy who's pitched in postseason. Going into the game today, he wanted to be as normal as it possibly could for him, like it was a regular season game. He wasn't putting too much pressure on himself. His routine was the same. starting with what he does when he gets here to the ballpark. So I think he was just trying to, make it as normal a start as you possibly can, even though it's the postseason. It's here, it's a packed house, but, he seemed to do okay with it.
All right, over here.
Hey, Bob. First pitch swinging against Max. Profar singles on the first pitch of the game.
Right.
Derek
Nola on the first pitch,
Toberson.
Nola first pitch, Manny first pitch. Is that something you saw in the approach? Something you might be able to get with him?
There's different ways to try to go about a starter like that. You try to get on them early if a lot of times before they get into a rhythm. After that, if they are, you try to make them throw some pitches and hopefully get them out earlier in the game. But today it was, early swinging before he got into a rhythm. He never really got to settle in. So, that was kind of the approach early on. If you get a good pitch to hit, go ahead and do it. And then we'll try to figure it out later. But lucky enough to get, not only score some balls up, but hit them over the fence, which, obviously, get some multiple runs.
All right. There we go.
All right, Bob Melvin. Padres again over the Mets 7-1. John and Jim with you. We appreciate the supers. Great way to support this channel. Just click that $sign down below. Please subscribe if you're a Padres fan. Smash the like button for us and follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Also, while we have a moment, I do want to thank Omar Sanchez for his support of this channel. Loansbyomar.com, 619-387-7798. He is here to help all Padres fans with their mortgage needs. Literally, if you're a Padres fan, he can help you. Check out his brand new website, loansbyomar.com. Scan the QR code on the screen or text him. I gave you the number. It's on the screen right now. He's your San Diego native mortgage broker. He went to San Diego State. He's a huge Padres fan as well. And if you're looking to buy your dream home or refinance to consolidate debt, get in contact with Omar. You can call or text him for a free consultation at his website, loansbyomar.com. Click on the education tab in the top left-hand corner. You'll get all the resources you need. But again, first-time home buyers, if you're interested in refinancing, get in contact with our buddy Omar Sanchez at Edge Home Finance.
619-387-7798. Reach out to Omar. When you do, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
Thank you again, Omar, for your support of the channel. Have we even talked about this game? I think we have.
We talked about Trent Grisham.
We need to talk about like the redemption tour of like both Josh Bell and Trent Grisham,
Because everybody wanted Trent Grisham off this postseason roster. And a lot of people were wondering why the fuck is he in the lineup tonight? This is why. And I think we said it. One of us said, I was
you
like,
can run into a ball. We said it. Yeah.
yeah, it's like you have him in this lineup because one, he's a veteran. All right. He's been in the postseason play before. This is not his first postseason. He was in the postseason with the Brewers. He was in the postseason in 2020 with the Padres. And then now this time is his third time around the postseason. And while his average looks like shit, he's got 17 home runs. He had the I could run into one in him. And that's exactly what he did tonight. I don't know if that was a home run on a regular night in New York. Maybe the wind helped a little bit. Who fucking cares? Still a home run. And this is and he's got pop. And in the postseason, averages don't mean shit. If a guy can run into one, you have him in the lineup, and that's exactly what Trent Grisham did tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to feel good considering the way he finished his year. I mean, you couldn't be worse in September than Trent Grisham was. So, like that. And by the way, he nearly had that ball over Marte and right. Remember, that was Marte's grab was on Grisham. Like that was a hit ball. I mean, that ball went 365 feet. Like that was a really well hit ball off the bat of Grisham. Really encouraging. I mean, extremely encouraging. If you're Bob Melvin, do you just say, you know what, screw it, same lineup? I mean, I don't know. I mean, Drury's been valuable for this team, but you just say, F it. It worked.
Maybe.
Let's try it again.
I mean, maybe. Like, I think you got to look at matchups. You got to look at what people have done off the Grom, but I mean, fuck it. Just do it. Who cares? Like, you know, I don't like maybe they might, you know what they might do tomorrow? They might put Brandon Drury in the lineup.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean,
would you think Will gets taken out?
Maybe, probably, if I was guessing.
Josh Bell is your first baseman tomorrow. Brandon Drury is your DH.
Yeah, probably. That's exactly what it probably is. Yep.
Yeah.
It's hard to sit Drury back-to-back days. He's been impactful.
You traded for him for a reason.
Yep, exactly. Thank you, Alex, for the super. He says ESPN
Thanks, Alex.
commentator talking mad ass, saying Max has to have something wrong. Right, as if to say not give the Padres credit, but Max has
Right.
to have something wrong. Give a little credit, LOL. Awesome win, and tomorrow we take it. Yeah, we didn't hear it all. I wasn't listening intently. We were
I
at
didn't
a
hear
bar.
1 second of the broadcast. I was
Yeah,
at
I
the
don't know if I
bar.
heard
It was
anything.
fucking crazy.
We did have Carl Ravitch on the radio yesterday, and he was actually pretty complimentary at the Padres when we had him on.
Very
San Diego
complimentary.
Sports 760. But
Yeah.
listen, it's New York. There's a love affair. Okay, nobody's following the Padres. We get it. The national narrative is not about the San Diego Padres. It's about the LA Dodgers and the New York teams, or the Atlanta Braves who won the World Series last year. So this is how it is. Whatever. Is it going to impact the Padres on field? Hopefully not. Maybe
No.
creates fuel to the fire.
Maybe, but I don't think anybody really cares on that team about what the commentators are saying.
No, I don't think so. I really don't. So thank you again, Alex, and thank you, Matt. Matt, thanks
you,
for hanging
Matt.
out, man. Good to have you with us here in the chat. I know Matt's a very loyal viewer here on the wrap-up show. He says, who is the better hire so far, Melvin or Niebla?
Yes.
Both have played huge parts in turning this team around for different reasons. Yeah, yes is the right answer.
But here's the thing. Who'd they hire first, John?
Niebla. And we were like, why would you hire a pitching coach before a manager?
I know.
Well,
but obviously Bob Melvin signed off on Niebla hiring, and they got Niebla done first. And it's like you can't have one without the other. Melvin and Niebla are both as equal great hires. I mean, this is a big postseason for Bob Melvin too. Bob Melvin, if he can lead this, I mean, Bob Melvin has made 8 now trips to the postseason in his career.
Yep. He's 11-17 with tonight.
That's a lot. 11-17 also is not a good record.
No,
when you make as many trips to the postseason as you do. He's been to an NLCS before with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of disappointments with the Oakland A's. So this is kind of a big postseason for him as well. Like if I mean, shit, if they can get to
here.
Yeah. Like this is why he's here. I mean, let's be real here. Jace Tingler? No, you don't see Jace Tingler. No, I'm sorry. You just don't. Like when you see Bob Melvin on top step there, you feel confidence. That's how I felt the first day that he was with the Padres and you saw him in the dugout. You just feel confidence with him there as your manager. You just do. Just the way he is and his just his stature. You're like, I feel confident.
Yeah, no, I agree. Buck Showalter's got a similar narrative to Bob Melvin, which is a very successful manager that has not won a ton in the postseason. Not that it's all on the manager. I mean, that's the crazy thing about baseball. I mean, there's a lot of factors. There's a ton of factors at play. It's just a zillion. I made the argument yesterday on the radio. I still feel this way. I've been saying this for 48 hours. Maybe Bob needed Manny. Maybe Manny needed Bob. And maybe this is just stars aligning and they're at the right place at the right time, and they can help each other get over some postseason hurdles because Manny hasn't been the greatest postseason player, and Bob Melvin does not have a great postseason record.
You can you can change a lot of narratives if you go deep into the postseason here.
Yes, you can. You absolutely can. And it's like you forget sometimes, like Fernando Tatis Jr. is on this team, but he's not on this team.
Right.
But he's on this team. It's amazing.
But he's not on this team.
Right. Echo, thank you for the super. It says, how many current Padres have won a World Series? Joe Musgrove?
Juan Soto.
Yeah. Is that the complete list?
Trying to think.
No one else of impact, right?
I can't think of anybody that's won a World Series other than those two guys.
Right. If we're missing someone comment. I think it's Musgrove and Soto.
Maybe a coach you could throw in there. Was Flaherty on any of those Cardinals teams that won World Series?
But that's what.
But I know I get it. It's different. Just two. Okay, just two. And Musgrove. Do you see his piece with Bernie? He's like, yeah, I want to get that stink of that World Series with the Astros out of my mouth because I don't feel like that was earned.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know. I didn't hear that. And if I would have known that, Jim, we would have talked about that.
We probably should. We should have.
Probably should. Geez, that's like a big story. Jesus. Thanks for telling me.
I saw it in the AP. I glossed over it's just, wow, whatever.
I know. Pedro, thank you again for the super and your membership. He says Padres saying put some respect on my name. Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully.
this was a we're here type of game, like national stage. Look, this team has sucked all year long in prime time, and they fucking go out tonight and win 7-1 against Max Scherzer in game 1 of the postseason in New
Good
York.
point. Good point.
Against a
Right.
101 win team. Like, what?
It's a really good point. By the way, look at this. Alex, who I want to say has been on the road for weeks. Do I have that right?
Dude, it's
I think
in
Alex's
Greece right
family
now.
So, good morning, everyone. Just woke up here in Greece. Thank you for the super, Alex. Watching the highlights. Keep it going today with the heart Padre emojis. First of all, Alex, where in Greece are you?
You're in
Was it
Athens?
Santorini. I was in
Oh, I know.
Santorini like 5 years ago.
Oh, Matt
I've been
Williams
to
went with the
Athens.
D-backs, by the way. Sorry.
What's that?
Matt Williams went with the
Yeah, but
D-backs.
yeah, I'm thinking players.
I know.
Where else was it? What's that cool island? I was in Mykonos, which is just like a party. Jim, you need to get to Greece, man.
I think I'm gonna go tomorrow, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'll watch the game in Greece tomorrow,
good.
and yeah, have fun.
Yeah. But Alex, man, thank you for hanging out. So morning in Europe, Padres up 1-0.
Dude, that must
Thanks
be
for
some
hanging
good
out with us.
feeling, like waking up and you're just like, my team won.
I know you look and you're like, oh my gosh, please, please, please.
I'm sure Alex wanted to stay up and watch that game, but it was also probably like 3 a.m.
Right. Yeah.
And he's got kids.
2 to
and,
5
it's
or
just,
something.
it's just different.
Right. It's an amazing place. Greece is.
But glad you're with us,
spectacular place.
Alex. Glad we're here for you in the morning to give you a wrap-up show. Athens, and we're in Santorini.
It's in Santorini. It's beautiful. It's just unbelievable.
Wow. Jesus, must be nice.
Yeah,
You know what?
nice, Alex.
You should have asked us. We could have taken care of your home for while you were gone.
Right. Could have done the show from your home.
Yeah, we could have house sit for you. It's fine. But next time, Alex, next time we'll house sit for you and we'll just, take care of your pool. It's fine.
He says 3 a.m. start time was hard to stay out for. Yeah, that's the tough. I mean,
It's
3
hard.
a.m. is, man, that's.
I know you got kids too. It's just different. It's just
yeah,
different.
you just can't do that. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
Man, what a night. I mean, Padres win. They do so 7-1.
Is there anything we missed?
Well, yeah, what do we miss? Someone comment right now in the chat. I mentioned
Josh
this earlier.
Bell, huge moment for this team to
Mhm.
start the way they did. Trent Grisham, some redemption tonight. Got to feel good for Trent Grisham.
Mhm.
Manny Machado is Manny
feel
fucking
good.
Machado.
Mhm.
Ha-Seong Kim had a great game. Can't look past that. And Yu fucking Darvish was special.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, yeah, Yu Darvish. Like, if you were to write the game story, what's the headline for you, John, after game 1? Is it Darvish or is it the Padres offense?
I mean, literally the headline would be Padres offense backs Darvish.
Yeah.
That would be the headline. Like, Padres offense slugs for Darvish. Something like that.
Yeah. Because I mean, we can't overstate how good Darvish was tonight. I mean, you just look at the numbers and it's magnified in the postseason for what he did. Going 7+ innings. Well, not plus, but 7 innings. That's only been happened a handful of times in Padres history, John. And Darvish is now in
I haven't
that.
been in the playoffs that many times.
This
Not
is
that many
seventh
playoff games.
There's been 3 other times. There's 2 other times. Kevin Brown and Ashby, 98. And that team went to the World Series.
Right.
And now you got Darvish to join that list.
I'm trying to find game 2 odds. Now, again, this game just ended. I mean, relatively speaking.
Right.
And I don't see game. Can someone find game 2 odds? Is it anywhere? It's got to be somewhere. It's somewhere. I just don't know where it is. Can someone find game 2 odds? I mean, the Mets are going to be a favorite. There's no possible way they're not. Down a game with Jacob deGrom. I mean, there's probably a heavy favorite, would be my guess.
Probably.
Tonight they were a heavy favorite. Relatively heavy. What's this mean, Jim? Random. I can see John acting like the guy in the Zoom squirrel video.
Oh. Is it where it's like, squirrel? Is that video?
Yeah, that is kind of me.
Well, that's me.
Oh, that's you actually.
Dude, our 3 p.m.
Some
hour
people
was
think
all
I'm
that.
Jim and you're. What's that?
Is that not 3 p.m. hour? The whole show today. But the 5 o'clock hour was literally
Oh,
us.
it was
It's just
a
like,
shit show.
huh? What?
What's funny to me is there's probably people here right now that think I'm Jim and you're John.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
That happens sometimes on radio too. It gets really weird.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you,
so Matt,
Matt.
thank you. Nola deserves love for catching some crazy pitches too. He is underrated at calling games for most Padres fans. Yeah, he calls a good game. That's completely accurate. The running game can be a problem, but when you have like aces on the mound, I mean, there's not crazy amounts of traffic, and I guess you can just deal with it. Mets, listen, that was a priority coming in. They're like, we will run when we have opportunities to run, and they did early in this game. And guess what? Running doesn't necessarily win games. And there's a reason why teams don't run, because running doesn't necessarily win games. And it really wasn't a factor here today, other than it was frustrating, I would say, in the first couple of innings.
Yes, and you're thinking to yourself, "Holy shit, this Mets team is going to
Yeah.
have like 50 stolen bases in this game."
Yeah, right.
But the stolen bases don't matter when you're up 7-1. Now, when you're up 2-1, that's going to be a problem because every time a runner gets
getting
on,
from
you're like,
first to second is huge.
fuck,
I mean,
here's
a
the deal.
base hit and you're tied up. I mean, it's huge.
And
No
Snell's
double
not great
play.
at keeping. And Snell's not great at keeping runners on.
No, nor is Darvish.
Right.
So it's not a great combination. You have pitchers that aren't great and aren't like absurdly quick to the plate, and then you have a catcher that is not a great. I don't even know. He's not great in that area. He's just not.
Mm-hmm.
Ron, thank you. Says ESPN says Mets minus 190, which is pretty heavy. Over under of 6, which is like nothing. And then I see a 180. So that's where it is. It's sitting 180 to 190, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Mets season is on the line. They should be the favorite. It doesn't mean any. I mean, it means something, but it doesn't mean everything, you know?
Right.
I'll watch the video. I'll check it out.
Thanks you, Jorge. Yeah, guys, if you're in the chat right now, if you're watching us, it's very simple. Just please, all we ask you is just hit the like button. That's all we want. We we love that you're here. Thank you for joining us. But if you haven't already, just hit the like button, and that'd be much appreciated. That's all you got to do for us.
Hit the like, but also subscribe if you're a Padres fan, live or on replay. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Jim is a maniac on Twitter, especially this time of year.
Oh my God.
A complete maniac. Consider becoming a member. We've had a few memberships here today. We really appreciate that. Click join down below. And we really appreciate the supers. As you know, kind of a labor of love. We do this every single day. We appreciate your interaction. Thank you for your support of this channel with the super chats like this one right here from Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah, he says, do the Padres need to score early on DeGrom and get his pitch count up? Yeah, I mean, I would say yes, Jimmy. I would say yes, Jimmy.
Well, there's two things. There's two things. I mean, yeah, that's ideal. But if you just drive his pitch count up and don't score, but can stay even, that's also good. Like we talked about that today. They had the best of both worlds. They forced Scherzer from the game and they hit him. But tomorrow, let's say, if Snell can match DeGrom with zeros or, 1 run, and you can get DeGrom out of a game after 6 innings, not 7, like that's advantage Padres, I would think.
And tonight wasn't a situation where you stole it. Like you took it. The Padres took it from the Mets tonight. They went out there and grabbed the win from like they beat the shit out of them. And it was exactly kind of how you need to treat DeGrom and Scherzer. You got to score early. You got to get their pitch count up. You got to make sure they feel uncomfortable early on, because if they get locked in, and if the first inning's 10 pitch, 12 pitch inning, like it's going to be a long night. And that's why after the first inning, John, you kind of felt, obviously the Bell 2-run homer was fucking massive, but you felt like, okay, he could lock in, but he's a little wobbly here. Like 20 pitch first inning, give up the 2-run homer. Like he could still go 7 innings and give up only 2, but and you kind of have to do the same thing with DeGrom tomorrow.
By the way, this squirrel video that Jeremiah just tagged me in is so me. Because I grew up in a household where my mom freaked out about any like spiders, mice. I mean, she would freak out. She would screech to the top of her lungs. She would jump on the table, like the dining room table. So that's in me too. Like, remember the bird? The bird.
Oh yeah, you cried.
The bird. There was a bird in my house, literally the entire wrap-up show. And I'm like, oh my God, there is a bird on my table for like an hour sleeping. And I had to wake my wife to get the bird out of the house. Remember?
Yes. I remember that. Yeah,
Yeah, so do I.
it's great.
Oh man,
Dude.
is that it for game one, folks?
Oh my god, what a fucking day, dude. Today
What
was
a day,
today was
dude.
great. I want this exact day tomorrow. Oh my god.
Martin went back to the Bird episode the other day.
Very nice. That was a classic. That was a classic. I'm gonna go back
classic,
and listen
dude.
to hour 3 of John and Jim today to see how just insane it was.
Oh, it's gonna be insane.
And then you caught
I
the
don't
bird
think
flu.
I caught that.
Yeah,
Honestly, Vito, sometimes
he saw.
I just don't like. I don't like it. I try not to do it. I mean, come on, look at me.
Yeah.
No, we're not forgetting about Emma Stone. She was a big,
Oh no,
big
no.
talking point. Nobody's
talked about her,
forgetting
yeah.
about Emma
We talked about
Stone.
what movie she was in, dude.
Yeah, we went through like literally imdb.com and looked at like
We've been on for
17 of her.
We've been on for an hour and a half. People might have missed some stuff. So we talked about everything.
We have literally talked about everything.
Chad asks, are we going to do a live stream tomorrow for the Padres? Yes, we are. Except, actually, no, just kidding. We're not doing a live stream. We'll do a wrap-up show after tomorrow's game. It'll be me and Ben Fadden with you tomorrow night, hopefully talking about a series win and get you ready
Please.
for the
I'm
division round.
praying for, honestly, Jim, I'm praying for that. I mean, I don't want to leave it to chance of Sunday. I mean, we take it.
Yeah.
Better than the alternative being done. But I mean, I hope it's you and Ben. It's gonna be weird for me because I got a pregame show at 5:30. I'm gonna be watching on my phone.
I know.
On YouTube TV and then doing a 2-hour pregame. Then I got halftime and I mean, I'm working until midnight tomorrow.
Are you going to be at the game?
You're
going to the game tomorrow night?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Remember,
that's
like
right.
my
They're
job
at home. Duh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You say good luck?
I said good luck.
I'm trying to think. What's the best way to?
Bro, if they win tomorrow night in epic fashion, there's zero chance you won't try to find a way to join us, right?
I will. I could probably like 3-way in, right? I'll join for a handful of minutes at least. Yeah, definitely. Because I'm trying to think what the timing would be, Jim. It's a 4:37 start. Say 3.5 hours. It's the playoffs. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yeah.
8 o'clock, and I don't know what time you're gonna do it. Are you playing an 8 or a 9? Like,
we're probably planned for like, depending on when the game starts, probably like a half hour after the game ends.
Yeah, okay, 8:30, whatever, 9. Yeah, I'll try to join you for some time. Yeah, put in my earpods, just be on my phone.
Yeah,
win or lose. I mean, these games are so massive that I mean, no matter what happens, it's like all you want to do is talk about it.
Yep. It's going to be nuts. And hopefully they can finish this off tomorrow night and we can talk about a win. We can talk about series win and then fucking get ready for the Dodgers.
It'll be drunk.
But job's not finished. Job is not finished. This is it. This is just one game. Job not finished.
Rich says join the chat. I'm going to show. Oh, I'll definitely be in the chat. No doubt I'll be in the chat.
Yeah.
It's going to be so. The guys, I literally have a job. In addition to this, I have like 100 jobs.
Yeah. He's not ditching us
like
for
they
something.
actually pay me to like do it.
Yeah, this is a job he has to do tomorrow.
Yeah, and I honestly, and I enjoy it. I love it. I mean, the fact that I have two things that I love that kind of coincide with each other, that can happen. So I'm excited for tomorrow night, and I hope the Padres win, and I hope you and Ben have an epic show tomorrow as we look ahead. But like you said, job's not finished.
Job's not finished, guys.
Finished.
Job's not finished.
Before we get out of here, man, what a show this has been. Oof. What a year this has been.
Thank you to everybody. This is fucking great. And then
we still need to thank. I still need to thank Eric Lanier. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So first of all, if you just want to listen and you don't want to watch because you don't have the time and you're working out or you're in your car or you're on the go, or you take public transportation, whatever it is, get the podcast, download it. We're the official podcast of FriersOnBase.com. We're available in most podcast platforms. Check us out as well at FriersOnBase.com. We're presented by Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial. And again, HigherImpactFinancial.com. Eric is a San Diegan, huge Padres fan. And if you're wondering if you're financially strong enough to leave your corporate job and start your own business, if you're tired of being surprised by how many taxes you owe every year, get in contact with Eric. And along with that, Eric can also make sure your family is protected by helping you get a trust established. In fact, the first 5 Padres fans that call to get a trust done with Eric's firm, you're getting $200 off. You can call Eric at 951-383-3033, 951-383-3033 to schedule your first meeting. And again, even if you just want to talk Padres baseball during this playoff run, give them a call. Check out higherimpactfinancial.com. Advisory services are offered through Wealth Tech Partners, a registered investment advisor that only conducts business in states where it is properly registered or is excluded from registration requirements. Like we always say, past performance is not indicative of future results. Investing involves risk and possible loss of principal capital. What a night. All right, please support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, our title sponsor. He's been with us since day one. He can save you $750 on your insurance. Click the link down below to support Mark. ORA.organic. 30% off your first order, ORA.organic. I'm just laughing at the chat. Loansbyomar.com. Scan the QR code, loansbyomar.com. If you have mortgage needs. And again, Eric Lanier at Higher Impact Financial. All right, Michael, thank you. Everyone here, thank you. Like he says, job not finished. Win for Will. I like that.
Yes.
Okay. We'll be back tomorrow. Like Jim said, maybe it's 30. Jim will have you updated. Jim, you're going to have to do the graphics. Figure them out.
Okay.
I think, unless I'm in the press, I might be able to help you with the graphic. I probably could.
We'll figure it out.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Thanks, everyone. This was fun. Padres over the Mets at Citi Field in Queens, 7-1. 1 game away from an NLDS. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Job not finished.
Job's not finished.